bit. Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to do a little update on the tropical plant that you have to take cuttings on today. So this is a results video. So how did the cuttings of our sweet potatoes do? We're going to go through and we're going to review the 3 different methods that we used on our 3 different varieties. Now I've got the live stream going, so if you're seeing this, you're only seeing a small snippet of the videos that I've shot today. The live streams are going to last hopefully around about an hour unless anything interrupts that. But those are going to be available to our Gold and Plaid members, our Gold and Plaid Thumb members. These general videos, I don't know, some of them will be released generally and some of them are going to be member-only videos. This one is probably going to be a general audience video, and the member-only videos is going to be newer content that I don't normally include on the channel, or things that I've kind of had archived, and we'll go through that. So if you weren't aware, channel memberships are available. There is Lime Green, there is Lime Green Thumb, there is Green Thumb, Gold Thumb, and Plaid Thumb levels available, and each one offers a different amount of content to you here on the channel. So don't worry, you're still going to get regular general videos. It's just some of the content may be delayed, or it may just be members only. We'll figure it out as we go along, because really this is only the second day that I've had this option available. So I'm working really hard to create extra content for my members and give basically a benefit to the membership fee that you're paying. So don't worry, channel's not super changing. We're just doing things a tiny bit differently, but we're still going to do a lot of great ag and greenhouse content. All right, let's bring you in close and we'll look at what we've got. So hopefully this is all in camera. It's a little bit harder for me to do this because I am balancing a stream and trying to shoot a video at the same time in our tiny little greenhouse lab where we have limited space. But don't worry, as the channel keeps growing, eventually we're going to have larger space and better video facilities so that you can have a chance to see that content much easier. Okay, let's go over the 3 different methods that we used for taking cuttings. The first was, get you a close-up on the roots on that. The first was just taking those cuttings and putting them in a container of water. And these were large stem cuttings, so they were anywhere, well, they're about a foot in length and larger. They were put in a glass of water and put in a windowsill. One of the things that I noticed on these, and we'll go ahead and take them out so you can see the roots. The roots on these appeared within 3 days. Why was it 3 days? It's because that's when I remember to actually look. The roots themselves probably were there within 2 days or even a day, because root tissue is some of the fastest growing tissue in a plant. So there is the Solar Tower Black. Solar Tower Black. These pulled apart. Solar Tower Lime. And then this is Solar Tower Lime. And then this is Blackie. That's Blackie. Okay, so that root tissue is some of the fastest growing that we have in sweet potatoes. Fastest growing tissue in plants in general, because, you know, water and moisture and nutrients is very, very important. So they make sure that that's the fastest growing. So yeah, if you want to root them really fast and make sure it's happened, put them in a glass of water. The hard part comes with potting them up afterwards, which we're going to go ahead and work on that. But those were the stem cuttings. And rooted in water. These were, let's get these all facing towards you. So everything facing towards the camera. So these here were mid-stem cuttings where we saw visible root nodules. And if you look at it, the ones on this side are the mid-stem cuttings with the visible root nodules. They have roots already coming out of the bottom of the pot. The tip cuttings with no rooting hormone, they have roots about 1 inch long. So there are roots over here. It's just they're not visible. So definitely if you want to root sweet potatoes fast, take a mid-stem cutting and get them in soil or a glass of water, and they will root readily and very, very quickly. So you can kind of see this. The differences here is you've got more significant roots on the mid stem on this side than you do on the tip cuttings. Okay, and then give you the last one. Kind of see the view. So mid stems on the top and tip cuttings on the bottom. Mid stem on top, tip cuttings on the bottom. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of these to go ahead and plant up. I think I'm going to deal with the ones that have big roots first. So we'll be doing a bunch of the mid stem cuttings. We'll get them potted up. We'll definitely get the tip or the branch cuttings. We'll get those potted up first. The branch cuttings, which is these over here, all of these are going to go back inside the house. We're going to grow those in a window and maybe supplemental light later on, whereas everything else is going to stay in the greenhouse. Okay, so let me bring some soil up. All right, got some extra soil. Get a little bit of this. Okay, get our samples or our starts off to the side. And we'll start working with, I think you can see, I think you can both see. Now you should be able to both see. There you go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with our branch cuttings first. I've got a little bit of soil in the pot already. So there's about 1.5 inches. I'm going to dig down a little bit of the ways to the bottom. I'm going to try to put that stem as close to the bottom without touching as possible. I'm going to scoot some of the soil over it, and then I'm going to add some extra soil on top. Now, I am not going to pack this in because we have a cascading branch, and we want to make sure that when we put it in there, it can trail over the side of the pot and not have pressure mid-stem where it's going to break off. So I'm going to kind of tilt that over. And that is how that one is going to be planted up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Okay, go to the next one. There's the roots on that one. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of put that down near the bottom. I'm going to kind of lean that a little bit over. I'm going to fill the soil on top of it. Okay, so we're going to kind of turn it into a house plant. Now, they are a tropical plant, so they like to stay warm. And they like to have a lot of light, so we may need to add supplemental lighting to those when they're in a window inside. There you go. There's that one. Okay. And of course, our last one. So our solar tower lime, that stem near the bottom, kind of tuck those bare roots in. I'm going to go ahead and trim off this dead leaf. I'm going to leave that one because this leaf was dying. I don't want that. Doesn't look nice. I want to make sure Mrs. Ag Teacher Thoughts has pretty houseplants this year. Okay. All right, and then we'll water those in with some fertilizer water, and I'll go ahead and do that off camera, but that is the planting there. Get that one out. Now these next few pots, we're gonna just fill those up with some potting media. Do that. We're gonna do 9 of those in total. We're going to leave the tip cuttings. They're going to sit in their containers just a little bit longer. They're not as developed on the roots as I'd like to see right now for transplanting, but definitely the mid-stem ones are ready to transplant. So let's go ahead and get some soil in there. We're just gonna, as I've shown many times before, just gonna make that soil level with the surface. It will sink down. There's no reason to compact it. It will sink down when we water it, and it'll give us enough space on the top of the pot, which is called freeboard. Give us enough freeboard that there'll be room for water to collect during our watering process. I'm going to scoop a little bit of this excess off. Okay. And I'm not going to label these because I recognize them quite readily and I know what they look like, so we don't need to worry about that. And we'll just go ahead and take these mid-stem cuttings. If you've seen my video, How to Plant Plugs Like a Professional, you'll know how quick and easy this can go. Squeeze in a couple of sides, and you can kind of push that up. Okay, there's our root mass. Put that in. I'm going to drop it down a little bit. There's one. There's two. And if you hear the soil hitting the ground, don't worry. We have our ground cloth down there, which will allow us to do an easier, quicker cleanup. Okay, we got another one to go here. One. I'll just go ahead and pull those straight up. They got strong enough roots. Two. Three. Okay, there's those. And we'll do our last batch. Again, we're going to do the mid-stem cuttings first. Look at those nice healthy roots. Those are nice healthy cuttings. This is one of the reasons I looked really hard for the original sweet potatoes, which aren't patented for doing with the high school, because they're so easy to take cuttings of. I didn't want to have to, I wanted the students to have experience taking cuttings. I didn't want to have to pay extra to get patented varieties when the original sweet potatoes worked just fine for what we were doing. Get rid of that excess water. All right. So there you go. There is an update of the tropical plant that you should be taking cuttings of today. That is your sweet potato vine. So before the frost comes, let's make sure we get those in there. And if you put them in a glass of water, you should know within 3 to 4 days whether or not you're going to have your plants be successful. So you can take either mid-stem cuttings, or you can take branch cuttings, or you can take tip cuttings. All of them should eventually work for you. Ipomea, a sweet potato vine, roots rather readily, and you should be plenty happy with the results. Anyway, I hope you are subscribing. I hope you become a channel member. I hope you learn something. Ag Teacher Thoughts.